All his life, Henry Hill wanted to be a gangster. He was largely successful, based on a true story. Okay, so let's talk about from 1990 the movie Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Lorraine Bracco. And I know this is the third Joe Pesci movie I've talked about in a row. Um, anyway, it's a gangster film, um, based on a true story, um, and it's, from what I understand, fairly true to what actually happened. The events that happened. It features, it's Henry Hill. He starts out working for the mob when he's a kid, a teenager, and spends most of his life coming up through the organization. Of course, since he's only half Italian, he can only go so far. But he has a lot of responsibility in the mob, and he has a lot of trust from some of the higher ups. Uh, the thing I really like about this movie is, even though Henry is the central character, he's not a hero. He doesn't come across as a hero. He's a narcissist. He's lazy. He's corrupt. And it just does not glamorize the lifestyle at all. I mean, sure, he's got a lot of money, he lives in a nice apartment, and he does a lot of drugs, and he's got all the women and everything, but it's a miserable life. I mean, he's constantly having to look over his shoulder, to see if the cops are after him, or even worse, one of his friends is after him, looking to kill him, because in that particular milieu, somebody might kill you just because they thought you disrespected them, even though you may not have actually done that. They took something you said as a gesture of disrespect, or they may not just may not like you. Life is cheap. It's not a fun way to live. I've always heard it said that the Godfather movies sort of show the mafia the way they see themselves, and Goodfellas and Casino, Martin Scorsese's movies, show the mob the way they actually are. It's not very glamorous. It's miserable. It's dangerous. On the whole, it's just not a very pleasant, happy way to live. So I thought that's a good thing. You still kind of pull for Henry because you get to know him pretty well. But he's not a real nice person. Like I said, he's a criminal. So what do you expect? Anyway, check this movie out. Let me know what you think.